the right place.
Come to the right place. Alrighty.
Alright,
Alright, here we go. I'm Adelaide Guitar Festival's in full swing at the moment, and I'm here with two of the fellas that it's a real pleasure to have in Adelaide, Dave Tyson, Mark Evans, and I'm going to catch up with Dave tomorrow. But Mark, it's great to have you in town, buddy. You have a good, and it was a great show tonight. You didn't think the sound was too good, but it sounded bloody good from where we were sitting, so it was good.
I just did an Ian Moss. I did an interview with Ian Moss from Cultures years ago. We were on the road in Coonabarabran or whatever it was. I said, "Oh, the East album's really good, Ian." And he said, "Yeah." He said, "I'm nodding my head, so I'm not being awful." Just, yeah.
So you're looking forward to a big day on Sunday?
Yeah, Sunday's good. What are we doing? Roast?
Oh, a few tunes that you might
roast at
remember.
your place? No, it'd be good. It's a good thing. It's a good fun thing. There's, we've rounded up the usual suspects, and we'll have some fun. And it's, I feel qualified to comment because I'm standing here in my Ripple Soul Desert boots.
Beautiful. Well, you guys did the thing in Freo last year, didn't you? That sounded like it was good fun.
It's good. That's for the Bon Scott statue.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think it's nice that people have got a place to go and just go and visit rather than going to a plaque in the ground. No disrespect to cemeteries or anything, but I think it's just a bit more of a light-hearted place to go, and it's a better place to go. It's on the water, and that's the reason I'm wearing these Ripple Soul Desert boots, because if you go to Bon Scott's statue, he's wearing Ripple Soul Desert boots. and they got two things right. They got the Ripple Soul Desert boots right, and he's CBD.
Okay.
They got it right too.
Well, I had a chat to Chris Bailey a few weeks ago, and he was telling me a story how you fellas went out for a drink and you came back and the bloody statue had been stolen. You remember that?
When? No, I didn't steal anything.
No, not you.
No. Chris doesn't drink.
Maybe that's his problem.
Much.
No, I don't know about anything to do with it, unless now I'm worried now. I think I might have forgotten.
Well, they must have got it back because it's still there.
I think that there was a comment, and because I saw it on TV the other night about the statue, was that if Buzz said if Bomb was around, he'd be trying to figure out some way to pinch it.
Okay.
Now I'm with you. I've just done the gig and I've just flown from where was it? Sydney. Yeah. So it's late, but I think Bomb would like to pinch it.
Or on the subject of AC/DC, what's the most bullshit question anyone's asked you about AC/DC, mate? There have been too many.
What's that word? Compendium? Honestly, yeah. If I think of people asking about AC/DC, I've got to be completely honest with you. Most of the people ask me about AC/DC stuff. They've all been really cool. They're just people that ask me about that stuff are generally people that are really interested in it.
Yeah.
And that's 110% for me. And I can't even remember being I can't even remember anyone annoying me about it. Not that I would be annoyed, but generally the fans of the band are just cool, and they if they bottle up enough gusto to come up and say hi and ask a question, they're interested anyway. So it'd be a bit churlish not to give them a bit of time, because chances are they bought records, and they probably own a few bricks in the first house my mum owned. So it'd be a bit shabby not to talk. But besides that, I'd have a chat anyway. Okay.
So
give me a question about AC/DC.
Well, how do you look back on that time? Like, you guys worked your ass off. Like, is that all a blur?
It's a blur, but it's hard work. But if you look at the timeline of the band, I'll take a guess, and I'm probably there for 10% of it, and Bond's probably there for 20% of it. And you think when you think about that band, what you've got to think about is Angus and Malcolm and Phil that have been there pretty much all along. Angus has been there all along. He's the only one that's been has a 100% success rate. He's the only one that's ever been at every gig. And you know what they've done and what they're doing now and what, mate, they just deserve all the credit, you know, and they don't do it for credit. You know, I'm not trying to sound patronising here, but I can look from the outside and look at what those guys done and go, sweet.
Oh, I understand what you're saying, because a lot of bands from Australia have sort of tried to do that and take the shortcut and do the easy way out. They put the work in and do the hard yards, didn't they?
There's no shortcut. Well, see, that's the thing. You don't choose the long way around things. If there had been a shortcut, I'm going to tell you, any band would take it. You know, like you would. You know, we try to get hits like it. That's why we release singles. We try to get hits. You know, but you know, it just wasn't the way to be. So, it just good things happen of their own volition. Good things happen naturally, and you can't try and force things. If it's going to happen, it's going to happen. And those guys had the chutzpah to keep on swinging when things weren't looking great. You know?
Yeah, when a lot of others would have chucked in the
well, you know, and if you give up, don't come complaining to me. I've got no time for you, you know.
Well, we can change the subject to be a bit self-indulgent. You played for a while in one of my favourite bands, Finch, mate. Can you remember that far?
Oh, no, yeah, I can remember that. Yeah, sure.
Whatever happened to Owen? He was a great singer, mate, and he just disappeared.
I see Owen quite a lot.
What's he doing?
He actually runs a booking agency in Sydney called I don't know why he called it this. It's called the Trading Post, and he's the world's only honest agent. He's great. He represents like from Silverchair to Grinspoon to Frenzel Rom. He did Midnight Oil for years and years. He's great at what he does. And I know for a fact, since he finished up with Contraband Finch, he got up and sang only one other time since.
Really?
Yeah, it was my 50th birthday.
Is that right?
Yeah, we got up and played a couple of silly songs, and he just stopped singing and mate, if I could sing like that, I keep on singing.
Oh, sort of mean. He
had
a fantastic voice.
No, yeah, great voice, but he just, you know, I think it is a good front man's got to be. What's the best way of putting this one? I've got a front man just sitting across the table from me. A good front man, there's got to be a certain amount of arrogance and belief and showmanship and just undying belief in what you can do, because you're up performing every night. You're a front man, you're the front of the band, you're the guy in the room. And Owen never had the confidence. He should have had the confidence in his voice, and he just didn't have that confidence.
Because like I say, he did have an awesome voice.
Oh, awesome voice, but see, you can have a great voice, and not saying Owen wasn't a great singer, but you can have a great voice and not be a great singer. And then sometimes you can have guys that don't have great voices and they just be unbelievable singers. He wasn't at home with what he was doing, and so he wasn't the full package. Simple as that.
Yeah. And the other band that was a favourite of mine and an Adelaide boy, Alan Fry, was Heaven. That was.
I spoke to Alan. I spoke to Alan last week, actually. Yeah, and that was that was interesting. Yeah, it's a good band. There was, that was managed by Michael Browning, and I was actually getting imported in the band originally to be like tour manager.
Right.
And then I was going to be bass player, and then I ended up as a guitar player. I don't know how that quite happened. He said, Michael just said, you just got to come over here and. It's the truth, guys. Sort these guys out. Evidently, I didn't do a good job of it.
All right, mate. Well, thank you so much for having a chat to me, and I hope hope Sunday's a big day on.
Oh, yeah, by the way, get fucked.
Thanks, mate. Good to talk to you too. Can you give me a bit of a tag? My show's called Sitting in a Bar in Adelaide. Can you give me something?
Singing in a bar in Adelaide.
Sitting in a bar in Adelaide.
Sitting in a bar.
It's the name of a tune, an old Skyhooks tune.
Oh, who?
Skyhooks tune. There haven't been too many songs written about Adelaide that actually
Fucking
don't take the piss out of Adelaide.
Sitting in a bar in Adelaide. That's going to be tough.
Go for your life.
All right. Hello, this is Mark Evans here. I'm sitting in a bar in Adelaide and having a monster of a time. Keep listening.
Beautiful. Thank you, mate.